I literally told the world that he's a prince.
I was all about you, now you're all about somebody else.
Don't cry, don't beg when it ends all in tears when you decided to play the game. Listen, guys, I'm going to talk to you about Cachet and, yes, Charlie. I've literally just got onto the show because you guys all kept on prompting me, watch Love Island USA. So I decided, frick it, I'm going to do it, right? And, yeah, quite an interesting episode. And so I want to break down what's happened between Cachet and Charlie and really promote to you guys some dark truths. Yes, a bit different from dark arts. Dark truths. The simple definition is the truth everyone knows, but nobody, my English, but nobody wants to say. All right. So if you want to enjoy this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notifications of uploads. If you're new to this channel, for those of you who are returnees, do me a favor. Just, you already know what the song, the motto is. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Listen, let me tell you something. Stay hydrated because the streets are hot. Grab your bottle down below, baby. Stay hydrated. Listen, don't forget as well, when people are moving mad, send them back to the manufacturer. Okay? When they're moving mad, send them back to the manufacturer. Okay? Where they came from. All right, cool. Before we go any further, before we get the conversation flowing, we need to get the intro going. Little black hood, you know what time it is. Yes, so we have Cachet. We just saw her breaking down because Charlie decided to end the relationship between himself and her. Now, at first when I watched it, I was like, I'm not sure what's really going on. And the reason why I wasn't sure what was going on was because when I heard the conversation, he was like, there were some things that, hasn't really changed about the relationship or whatever. And I was confused. I was like, what didn't change? Why is he feeling the way he feels right now? Has something happened that we don't get to see? Because I had only watched that particular episode. But one thing I knew for sure was if he's ended the relationship the way he just did, something happened that he felt was an embarrassment to him as a man. And so this is one of my very first truths I want to let you know, guys, okay? All right? Women cannot play the game like men. I'm so sorry. I know you want equality. I know it's 2021. I know feminism, all that kind of stuff. You cannot play the game like men. Okay? When you play it like men, you end up dead. Why? We live in a world of patriarchy, we live in a world of double standards, and we live in a world where equality doesn't actually truly exist because the people who hold power are men. Okay? Just like black people can't play the game that white people do. Okay? It's unfortunate, but we have to play the game within the constricts of our particular lane. Okay? So what's happened here with Cachet and Charlie really is all about the fact that when it first started, okay, when it first started, they were in Casa Amor, it was fine, it was blessed. And then when they came back from Casa Amor, when they came back from Vegas, it didn't stay in Vegas, okay, they came back to the main villa, and Cinco was there, okay? But before I go any further, I have to introduce something to you guys, because I don't know if you're ready for what I'm about to bring to you guys, because Cachet, for me, had become a villain by the episode I had watched, okay? But I don't know if you're ready for that truth, so I'm going to drop this.
Take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Are you ready for the truths? No, I want to know, are you ready for what I'm about to drop? You know what I'm saying? Because I know some of you women might get offended by this. By the way, this is not an attack on black women. It's not even an attack on women. This is just me breaking down the absolute...
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
That's all I'm offering today, okay? Cool. All right, let's get into the video, and let me break some stuff down for you guys. Let me go to my first clip, okay? Because we have to teach you guys, by bringing the clips. You get me? All right, cool. So I'm gonna just bring this here. This is where the conversation kind of kicks off, right? Look at this.
Again, this is something that
I don't know, you just had a conversation with Elena and all of a sudden you don't want to move forward.
I can only overlook something for so long.
Okay.
Pause. I can only overlook something for so long. We need to break down what is he overlooking for so long. And so I had to go back through I went back about 3 episodes, quickly scanned through just looking for their scenes, right? Here's one of the things you had to overlook. Okay, first and foremost, when he came back into the villa, Cinco and her were being too much in sync, okay? My girl was doing a lot of bye. I mean, let me stop that, in sync. No, okay, that's not. It's Backstreet Boys. Anyway, don't worry about that. Anyway, listen, my girl was out here. I mean, one scene I saw was when Cinco was doing the gym stuff or doing the training stuff, and she wanted to be all friendly during the training stuff, and old boy Charlie is not far away from her. Now, if you've left your man, okay, I want you to hear me. If you've left your man, okay, scooter whoop, you've left your man and you've come to a new guy, brought him from Casa Amor, saying that you want to spend time with him, and then you're spotted going to talk back to your ex. What do you think a man's gonna think? And this is why the game is rigged, because in real life this will be a violation, but in the villa, because you haven't got really a choice, you have to talk to each other, okay, or at least see each other, and you can't run away from each other. There's more than likely going to be some type of conversations you're going to have, but you cannot make it look so friendly. My girl's out here all hugging Cinco and ting. I said, oh, you think you can play Matt? It doesn't work the same way. Women might stay in those situations, but men will never have it. Do you know I will never have it? Because there's too much shame, pride, and ego in us to have it. We will never allow, most men anyway, you've got an instinct to kill, not alpha males, but males who have an instinct to kill will never stand in a place to allow themselves to be rubbished, to be embarrassed, and to look like a fool in front of another man. Because the moment you decide as a woman that you're leaving that ex-person to come to me, and then you want to go back and play over there and have a little bit of fun, have those extensive conversations, of course, I'm already plotting your death. I'm already plotting the end of this relationship. And here's the thing about men and women. This is probably my other truth. I don't want to jump. I'm going to jump ahead quickly. It's probably, I'm going to skip past 2 and go to 3. I'll come back to 2 in a minute. I kind of said it anyway. Men, when ending things, don't slide out of a relationship. They crash out. Okay? Unlike women. They do not slide out. They crash out. And the reason why is because they're like bulls in a china shop. Once they said they've made a decision they're going to exit this relationship, they are going to crash out of this relationship. They're not going to do, I'm going to cheat on you for a few weeks and see where I go on, and it's because I was missing emotional connection. Now, a lot of men do cheat, right? And we understand that. I'm not talking about that part. But I'm talking about when they want to end a relationship, they don't do the whole sliding out. They don't do the I'm pulling away from you emotionally. They just crash out. And that's what we see on the show, the crashing out, okay? And number 2, actually, I kind of skipped, I already said it already. Men will never take embarrassment lightly. There are often no comebacks from embarrassing a man and ruining his pride, reputation, or ego in front of people. And that is what Cache has actually done. I know many of you might love Cache. I think she's great. Listen, she's so beautiful. I just want to just put that aside. Listen, Cache is fine. No, I mean, when I saw her, I said, why would she not be called Cache? Money. You understand? She looks like prosperity. You understand? She smells like $1 million, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she smells. I've never smelled her. But I'm just saying, she looked good, you know? You understand? Body looking... But the most important thing about this is, let me continue my list of the things that were going to cause violations in a relationship, okay? Now, Charlie mentioned, you've been talking to me the last 4 or 5 days since I've been in the villa about Cinco. I'm sorry. If we're trying to get to know each other, and you spend the next 4 or 5 days talking to me about your ex, who is current, not that we're engaging in conversation about relationships, but you're talking to me about your current ex, who's in the villa too. What do you think a man's going to do? Now, ladies might think of this differently, right? But what do you think a man's going to do? We have pride, we have shame, we have ego. We're never going to allow it. We are never going to have it. We will not have it, as our man said from Black Panther. We won't have it, right? Another thing is this. She got vexed. She got vexed about the gym thing with Cinco, right? How are you getting vexed about the gym thing with Cinco when he's your ex? Why are we even having them type of conversations where you're getting vexed about the fact he didn't want to train you or whatever he was doing at that moment? Because you want things to be all lovey-dovey at that moment. Sis. And because the reason was because at that moment she hadn't chosen who she wanted to be with. So here's the thing: you've left me in limbo. You called me from Casa Amor, but you want to be able to choose between two men, and you think I'm gonna sit here and let you talk to me for 4 or 5 days, and I'm gonna be the mug. Never that, right? And so when she finally chose him, if you watch his reaction in the episodes beforehand, where she finally chose him and he was not happy. In fact, I think at that moment he had already chosen to leave. If I'm honest with you, at the moment where she had said, "Oh, I'm choosing you now," he had already in his mind ready to crash and burn the ship. Already, yeah, his mind was gone, right? Because the way he reacted was not happy. It was not joyous. It's almost as if, flip, I wish you kind of didn't, because then I could have moved on. Right? He was never 100% sure because she now put him in a place of being unsure. I need you to understand that, right? The moment you put a man who's got killer instincts, not them beta males, not them males that don't that will worship you and love you and be a nice guy. I'm talking about men who are about themselves, who are good and who understand their value. Okay, most men are not going to sit around for you to wait to see if you're going to choose me. Okay, when the guy's right in front of me, like we're not going to choose embarrassment live on television right in front of me. A lot of men who've got killer instincts will never have it. Okay? Will never have it when the odds seem like they cannot win. Okay? When the odds are unfavorable, and it's unfavorable because the person is your ex, who is not, by the way, Cinco is a very, very, very good looking man. Oh my gosh, with intelligence. The way I heard him speak as well, I said, some level of intelligence. Well, no, I shouldn't bring it up too much. With some level of intelligence, he can articulate himself very well. Seems quite well-rounded. And I said, if Charlie's looking at the competition right now, it's fierce. And then you saw the dance that Cinco gave to old girl, to what's her name now? I forgot her name. Cachet. But the dance that he gave was bad. But Cachet's dance on him was ridiculous. I'm sorry. The cutscene, what they showed us, the dance comparison between what she gave Cinco to what she gave to her boy Charlie was considerably different. And then obviously the heart rate's going up and down too, right? Cinco's heart was moved by Cachet, but Cachet's heart was, I think, moved by obviously Charlie. And then I can't remember how she got involved. She was not being loyal or whatever. Her heart rate, I think she raised the heart rate of Cinco or whatever, right? So again, it was another piece of evidence for Charlie to say, hey, I don't think this girl's really serious about me. And he had been complaining about this beforehand. So she knew to expect this. Now, I know. Another thing is, there's another, and this last part, another conversation she had with him some episodes back was about the sacrifices she made because she sent Cinco home. God, darling, nobody cares. It don't mean nothing. Nobody cares. So what? You sent Cinco home. That means that you like me. No. It don't work like that for us. It don't mean squirtle squattle. Because at the end of the day, you think you're giving me security. You should have given that before you decided to put me in a limbo. As a man, remember, we don't take embarrassment. So before you got to that point, okay, this ain't the 1900s where they fight for women in royalty. They filmed there. This is real life where there's a bag of gal. Okay, you are not. Oh, that's probably another dark truth, ladies and gentlemen. You are replaceable. There are so many of you. You are replaceable. Let me put a clip up for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because
all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Y'all need to know this. You are replaceable. All this chat about you are the prize, I get it, I understand. But there's so many prizes. If all of you are prizes and you are saying you're the prize, there are other prizes. Do you understand what I'm saying? I get you. You are the prize, but there are so many other prizes. Don't take the mick. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't take the mick, because that's what Cachet was kind of doing, right? And I say that in understanding that she had two connections that she really was in loving and appreciating. By the way, I don't care about other couples who are non-black, okay? I'm not talking about them. If they've done the same thing, I don't care. I'm talking about the black couples. That's what we're dealing with here, okay? So please don't use that as an argument in the comment section later on, all right? Okay? She made it a big issue about how she had sacrificed and made sacrifices to be with Charlie. Yeah, but sis, that should have been done before when you got in the village. You stepped in and said, listen, Cinco, it's done. You didn't. You wanted to keep it open, and that caused for Charlie to now no longer trust you. If he's already got trust issues, that further exasperated it and sent him down a loophole. He ain't going to trust you again. Oh, all right, let's go. Let me say this as well. He decided to choose, obviously, Atlanta as well. He had a conversation with Atlanta, and this is where the dark arts will come in as well. Okay, I want to say this clearly. He made sure, just like anybody in a job, to get another job before quitting his job. I can guarantee you he would have never left Cachet had he not had a guaranteed offer from Atlanta. Let's play the clip and see what he's saying.
I'm definitely interested in you, and I have been. I think that the only way it could move forward is if you kind of like figure out what's going on fully between you and her, because
do you know what's really interesting? Atlanta, I think her name's Atlanta, and it was Elaine. She says to him, listen, look, I'm interested in you. I've been interested in you. And he's had conversations with her previous episodes and told her he likes her, right? And she said, the only way I can see this working is if you and Cachet kind of do end the thing, right? And this is why I said man crash out. Look how when guys are serious, this guy did not even try to play. The moment he felt like there was an opportunity to jump ship, he crashed out the relationship. He was like, listen, Cachet, let me be honest with you, I'm not on this anymore. Right? I've got, and it's not because Elaine did anything. It's just the fact that Elaine had a solid offer on the table, which he can take and now run with. Okay? All right? So now he's crashed out the relationship. Right? Crashed out the relationship. Now I want to show you some little other bits as well, because I think what's interesting about Cachet and obviously Charlie's conversation, there's some interesting bits. Okay? When they actually have their conversation, let me just find this clip for you as well. When they actually have their conversation, okay? Yeah. Sorry. Here we go. Yes. Okay. So, Cachet is already premeditating that he's going to do the exact same thing that Cinco did, okay? The only difference between what Cinco did and what Charlie did is you've caused it, right? Your behavior has caused it. The moment you decided to open up the field to say, I have two guys I'm feeling, you've caused something. And so now Charlie has decided to walk through the door that you've opened. Okay? And now you're reliving a moment that Cinco did to you, but it's not Cinco's done it, it's you. And this is where ladies need to pay attention. You are not going to be let off the hook of accountability because it's your life. Okay? This is a mistake that Cachet has made. Okay, this is her fault in this part. She must take responsibility. Okay, all right. Now, if she didn't do that and he decided to leave, we'd be all on Charlie's neck. But she didn't do that. Okay, all right. So she opened that door up. Yeah, finally choosing. By then it's too late. With men, it's too late. Okay, let's play a little bit of clip.
Nobody else, but again, this is something that
I don't know. You just had a conversation with Elena, and all of a sudden you don't want to move forward.
I can only.
Okay, pause it there. He's established with her very, very clearly. This is not to do with Elaine. I called her Atlanta for some reason. This is not enough to do with Elaine. This is a decision I'm coming to. Now, it actually has something to do with Elaine, but it hasn't got to do with Elaine. All right? He's made his choice because he was waiting for the opportunity to jump ship. Stay hydrated, guys. He's been waiting for the opportunity to jump ship. Okay, I want you to know that. He's been waiting for the opportunity to jump ship. All right? It's come, and he's been very decisive and let Cachet know it's done. Okay, he was putting up with her nonsense and a rubbish for a little while, and then he jumped. Listen, a lot of good men that women sometimes lose is because they're in some bull crap. Okay, they're in some toxic rubbish, dumb nonsense that they're dealing with an ex and they can't finish it, and they have a good guy, and because they've spent time with a good guy, they've actually ingested the toxicity and they begin to spew that into the next partner who's actually a good guy. Now, this is not every type of man. Okay, let's not the red pill runaway things that allow them. But there's options. There are lots of situations where there are good men. There are good men. There are good men who meet bad women, the same way as good women meet bad boys. Seems like opposites attract, right? Cool. So, let's watch a bit more of the clip.
They overlooked something for so long.
Okay. But we don't have to continue this conversation. That's cool.
Now he says here, I've been overlooking something for so long, and it's interesting because he says the exact same thing to one of the other newbie girls as well. And I explained it earlier on. What was he overlooking? He was overlooking the fact that, you know what, that he couldn't get over the hump of the Cinco and the what's that? Why is that name got in my head? Cachet link up. He couldn't get over it. Most men can't. I want to let you know, women, if you think you're going to play this game, you are going to lose most times. Most men cannot get over it. Just like cheating, most men cannot get over it. We can't. Unlike women. So you don't have that scope to cheat the same way men cheat. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I'm just keeping it out of buck. Nobody should be cheating anyway, right? Nobody should be cheating. You know what I'm saying? But most men cannot deal with their woman cheating. Oftentimes because there's some, I would say, toxic traits, toxic mindsets behind that. Seeing a woman as a possession rather than a partner. But a lot of times it's because the ego and the pride of the man cannot have his woman doing that to him, because the pride and the ego will say to themselves, how dare she? Who do you think I am? You understand? Right? So I want to make it very clear. He made it very clear to her, listen, it wasn't Elaine's fault, right? But I want to show you some things that maybe some women can learn from this as well, because there's some things that Cachet was saying in their last conversation, which I felt was a little bit unfair, right? But we're going to play his last clip.
I'm good. I can't do this right now.
Okay.
You set the highest bar, the holy mecca.
So now Cachet runs off, okay, because she can't have this conversation, which is fair enough. But what you're not about to do is blame my guy later on for not being able to communicate when he's just communicated with you and had a hard conversation. Do you see it? Right? I want to show you. I'm going to show you. You understand, right? I'm going to show you, right? Okay, let's go to it, right? I'm going to go to it. Let's see this. Right, she's going to complain about the fact he didn't communicate. Let's go to it.
Feel uncomfortable. I also want to say to you, if you're interested in her, I'm a big girl and you can tell me that. And I feel like yesterday could have been avoided with just like communication.
Like, you know, we always say communicate.
Now, before he says it, he's going to tell her off anyway. She also says everything could be avoided by communication, but he was about to communicate and you ran off. You're not about to spin it onto him for not communicating when you ran off, when I'm trying to communicate to you that I'm done. You didn't let him get it out. Do you know what I'm saying? You didn't let him finish. Now, albeit, I'll be very, very truthful. From what we heard so far, he didn't actually admit to the fact that he told old girl that he likes her. That's the part that he missed. But because the conversation didn't end and she didn't give it time to get to an end conclusion, she ended it before it got to there, we will never know if he was going to say it or not. We'll never know. Right? He might have eventually told her. We will never know because she ended the conversation early. Okay? So you ended the communication. You're not going to have the time to now flip it onto him. Let's not flip the script. That's dark arts. You guys already talk. I know some of you are not going to feel it. You're going to be like, yeah, but you know, No. Let's call it out for what it is. You're flipping the script. Let's not do that.
Communicate, but, you know, I couldn't help but to think like, well, as soon as something happened, you like literally said a few words and you got up and walked off. And it's just like.
And this is Cachet saying, oh, I want a man that can have hard conversations. Sis, no, you don't. Because the same thing you're asking for, you just walked away. See, sometimes women be asking for stuff and they don't even know how to do it themselves. I want a man that's going to love me, care for me, protect me, provide for me, And they themselves are not doing it.
It was just like a lot of...
Sorry. And they themselves are not doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? They themselves can't do it. They don't know how to do it. So it's like, why are you trying to flip it onto him to try and make him look like almost like a slightly bad guy? Let's not do that. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for what you have done. Okay? All right? So yeah, there's another part I wanted to show you. And this is why I'm saying, I want you to listen to this very carefully.
Different levels of things. Like, you just kind of like set it off. I kind of felt like you were doing the same thing that Cinco did. And like for one night, I just wanted to be able to like have a little bit of a bitch fit. Like I'm never able to.
You was hurt.
For one night, you want to be able to have a bit of a bitch fit. That's fine. But don't try to flip it onto man as if he didn't try to communicate with you. You want to have a bitch fit. Now own it and apologize. Did you see any apology in this whole conversation? Where you went wrong, was an apology. See, this is why relationships sometimes suffer a lot of times, right? I talk about the men all the time. I talk about men being trash all the time. I talk about men doing bad things all the time. And I also call out the women too. In this scenario where you decided to walk off early, you had to apologize after and say, listen, I couldn't contain my emotions. At that time, I had to walk off. Because now you're trying to flip it onto him for not communicating. And now you're trying to say, for once in my life, I just want to be able to have a bitch fit. What? For once in your life, you want to be able to have a bitch fit. So you want to be able to misbehave, and then there's no accountability for your behavior. Do you see what I'm saying? We can't let you off the hook like that, Cache. Okay? You started this thing. You started this thing by not choosing, and now you're in the situation you're in. One thing I will say is this. Her leaving it open, no point. Because he doesn't want to be open. I'll be honest with you. He does not want to be open with her. Listen to his response. Right? He does not want to be open with her. Let's keep it 100 above.
The same exact way. Now you answer the question. What now for you?
I mean, now that we kind of got that out in the open and, you know what I'm saying, we can move forward from it at some point whenever.
We can move forward at some point whenever. I don't think this guy is convinced. He's going to probably end up going back to Elaine or Atlanta, whatever her name is. Okay, let me be 100% betrayal. Betrayal for men does not hit the same way it hits for women. We will not allow it. And we will not have it. And most men won't go back. Because for them, the ego, the pride will not surrender. And those are the dark truths. You know, I know some of you might be offended. But I just wanted to keep it 100% true. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying the series. I might have to join and watch tonight. You know what I'm saying? But listen, guys, stay locked, stay loaded. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification. What up, loads? We appreciate you. Stay locked and stay loaded, baby. Let's get the outro.
You know what time